All right, my friends, I'm going to dive into four things that you need to know so that you don't hopefully fail in final expense, telesales, and even face to face insurance sales. So many folks jump into this space thinking, I'm going to immediately be a success. I'm going to be able to be a six-figure income earner without even doing a lot of work. And I want to give you some warnings that failed insurance agents maybe never had before they took the plunge and they say, I do. So I want to be mindful of this for you so that you can hopefully have a chance of making a great living. There's amazing opportunity in this space when you know these things and hopefully have powerful levels of profitability. So before I go into these, my name's Jason. I'm your friend in the business, and I'm so blessed to partner and recruit some of the most amazing agents as well as agencies that align here, selling shoulder to shoulder life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly in the telespace. So free resources for your taking always at jasonfinalexpense.com. And I hope this content is a blessing to you. So, first off, number one, the most egregious mistake that a brand new agent makes is lacking focus. And this is where maybe you've heard Mr. Miyagi, your focus lacks focus, right? I maybe probably butchered it, but I'm just saying your focus is everything. If you're not laser focused, you will not last in final expense insurance sales. If you're one where every little bouncing ball, every little thing that passes you by, you pay attention to, you're going to get hurt and harmed. Laser focus is so important to you in a very niche industry. It's very different than serving middle income class or upper income class clients. This is something that you need to be laser focused on that client, or they're not going to do business with you, much less even want to have a conversation with you. Laser like focus is very critical, and a lot of agents that fail, they fail to focus. Oh, I'm going to do Medicare Advantage sales. I'm going to sell ACA. I'm going to sell annuities. I'm going to sell long-term care insurance. I'm going to sell IULs and ULs and cancer policies and Medicare supplements. And I need to know everything about everything. And this is a mistake that I made early in my career. I thought I needed this huge briefcase full of stuff, and somehow I was going to find more success. And that is a recipe for failure. Failed insurance agents fail to focus, and they fail to have a laser like focus on the one person in front of them that needs their powerful solution. So, my encouragement to you is be laser like focused at first on one little thing. This is why my channel is dedicated to final expense, but yet we sell a ton of annuities, millions of dollars, okay, all the time in this industry with cases. I mean, we've produced over $1 million just in the last 7 days in annuity sales, but yet you're not going to hear me speaking about that on our channel in depth because you've got to keep your focus and your attention on one thing, and that's final expense when you first start out. You got to keep things simple. Keep your world small, and hopefully you're going to keep your wallet fat. So you've got to find yourself into a position where you focus on life insurance. That's it. Maybe a simple product like whole life, guaranteed death benefit, right? Guaranteed rate. We're done. Very simple to understand. Don't focus on term yet if you're brand new, if it overwhelms you, or IULs, or all kinds of other products, because what's going to happen is you're going to pay attention to that, and money follows attention. And if you're stretched too thin, you're not going to be able to find the same success that you could as if you laser like focused. The moment that I got rid of paying attention to all these things in my briefcase, that's when I started becoming a beast in the industry. I started focusing on a ton of easy issue, final expense life sales. And that's when I started seeing success jump. And then once I mastered that one thing and became unconsciously competent in that area, then I added one more arrow to my quiver. Then I focused on the next product offering, got really good at that in addition to the first product. And then I built things. But if you want to get yourself hurt, lack focus. This is like being on a beautiful date and you're paying attention to everything that's passing by. Think about it. Your date won't end well because you weren't paying attention to the person that matters the most. In insurance sales, you've got to be laser like focused on one product at first and not be distracted. You've got to be like that horse with blinders on. You can't let anything take your attention away. Money follows attention, has the best chance of following that. And if you want to derail your chances, go ahead and lose focus. And I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Miyagi that said it. Your focus needs more focus. Please correct me in the comments, please, if I butchered that. And I hope you're liking the content so far. Now, number two is you've got to understand that the business gets messy before you have a chance of making money. You're not going to be perfect. You need to be extremely comfortable in your script. You got to be, uncomfortable as you're training, right? But the business gets a little messy. You're not going to know what you don't know. Maybe it's your first time writing an application. You're going to be a little nervous when you're new. That's okay. If you're one that can dive into the mess and make things work, this business may be right for you. But a lot of agents that get derailed, they think they've got to be perfect before they pick up a phone call. They feel like they need to be perfect before they get on a final expense telesales script and help a lead out. You're not going to be perfect. I stumble over my own tongue, my friends. I do it myself. And I recruit agents across this nation. I do telesales along with the work family. I do face-to-face annuity sales as well as a plethora of other products. But I make mistakes where it's like my mouth needs more coffee to keep going. It's all right. The business gets messy sometimes before you really take it to the next level. See, stumble over my own tongue right there for you, my friends. You're going to have these little movements, small steps to the big goal. So you're not going to just get 100% better with a snap of a finger. If you get 1% better every day, in 100 days, you are now 100% better. And you only did a 1% more than you did the day before. So understand the business can get messy at times. You're going to have a little chargeback. Where's your mind? You want to make money in this industry, you've got to be a positive minded person. Your belief in what you do, who you serve, how you take care of them, that's what's going to sustain you to hopefully find success. There's no glass ceiling, but guess what? There's no guarantee that you're going to make it in this industry either. You've got to believe that you have what it takes. And the moment that you don't believe you can do it anymore, you're done. So many insurance agents die in this industry because they truly don't believe that what they do makes a difference. They don't believe in themselves. And successful insurance agents believe in themselves. They believe what they're selling, and they believe that the solution and the money that they bring through the hands of these amazing insurance companies is what our prospects need. And that's the truth. There's nothing worse than having a family that you were too late to get to help and give them the opportunity to own something that would pay for what they need when that time comes. And you get on that lead and you find out they've already passed away and that the family's struggling because there's no money for the survivors. That's not a great feeling, but it's not anything that we can take responsibility for as insurance agents. We can only control the conversations to the best of our ability when we script and serve these great folks. It's not about us controlling the outcome. We can control the input, but it will get messy at times when you're training. That's why we go through a 5-day telemastery program here at jasonfinalexpense.com, where we try to get those burrs off so that we're as sharp as possible to just sincerely take care of our consumers. But understand it's going to get a little messy sometimes before you hopefully make that in every single day. Now, when you're in a place, you know your script, you know your systems, you know how to underwrite, you know how to handle every rebuttal on the planet, like what we teach her. Number 3, you've got to buy leads. You got to buy leads. That comes at a cost. Your gut to churning, right? You're like, oh, crud, am I going to make it? Be successful. You can practice, drill, and rehearse, be the most gifted insurance agent on the planet. And it doesn't even matter if you don't have anybody to serve. It just doesn't. It's just like having the most amazing race car and you didn't put gas in it. It's nothing better than a hood ornament, right? A lawn ornament. It's nothing. You, as an insurance agent, you need leads to have a livelihood in this industry. You need a lot of them. And you know what? There's a risk. You may not break even, but the focus when you first get your first batch of leads is break even. Break even. And then once you break even, be a beast. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And hopefully you make a whole lot of money in this industry. But there's agents that don't and won't make money because they won't believe in themselves. They won't stay laser focused. Every little distraction, every little professional monetizer that's blowing up your email, buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this, it's going to beat you up. Even the best racehorse puts blinders on. You have to have focus. You really do. But you got to buy leads. You've got to have an inventory of leads constantly coming in. No different than a restaurant has to have a new meat order. If you're running even a McDonald's, new meat has to be coming in. If not, everybody feels sick and the business gets shut down. You in insurance sales will get sick and you're going to shut down your own business if you don't have a supply chain of leads that are being delivered on the weekly. And if you need good leads or good lead providers or even age leads for under $2 a piece, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. We'll serve you no matter what work family that you're aligned with, my friends. But you got to have leads, focus on breaking even, but you've got to have this supply chain, and it's going to be nervous. There's no guarantee of success in this space. You're not going to be guaranteed to, wow, I'm going to be guaranteed to have 1,000,000% closing ratio and a 800% increase by using some fancy CRM that I'm paying big money for. Be cautious. Be cautious in this industry. Listen through the noise. Okay. And then the last thing that I want to share with you that failed agents really don't listen to is just showing up. Half the battle in this space of making the bucks is showing up. If you have habitual behavior, habits, followed by discipline, where you do what you say you're going to do, believe it or not, most insurance agents, let me tell you, failed agents don't have discipline. They're like, oh, I think I'm going to get on the phones tomorrow, and then don't. Oh, I think I'm going to buy leads on the weekly, and then they don't. And they wonder why the business works out. The business doesn't work unless you work your business, and you have to show up every day. No different than if you had a McDonald's and the doors are closed and everybody comes by and goes, what in the world? You know, it's bad enough their milkshake machine doesn't work and the ice cream doesn't work. Am I right? Have you been to a McDonald's and the milkshake machine and the ice cream machine doesn't work? If that's the truth, put in the comments if I'm speaking to you. All right. But you got to show up. You got to open the doors every day. And you opening the doors to your business is you having habitual behavior where you honor your spoken word. This is no different than the gyms. They're packed January in the first week, January in the second week. And then guess what? Nobody shows up. It's because they don't have habitual behavior that turns into a disciplined habit. And then you wonder why they don't have a good looking body. Come on. It is what it is. You want to have a dynamic business? Have good habits, have good discipline, show the beep up if you want to make a buck in this space. That's my tip to you. But failed agents don't show up. Failed agents don't sustain action. Action is everything. You can have amazing, all right, scripting. You can be amazingly laser focused on your focus, right? And back to tip number one, you can buy your leads, but if you sit there on your chair and you don't pick up the 9,000-pound phone, you're not going to make any profits, not even a chance. So you've got to have action and action and action. You're going to have to call a lot of leads. You're going to get told to go somewhere that isn't heaven. It's not a lot of fun sometimes, but if you want to find success, you've got to go through the mess, my friends. It's just part of it. If you can embrace the pain, you may find profitability here. If you're one that can stay positive in the face of discouragement at times, when you get a little charge back and you can keep charging, if in the middle of a fight or flight moment, you're like, nope, I'm not going to go into flight mode. I'm going into fight mode, and I'm going to fight for my consumer. You may find that you'll look into this space and never look back. It's a very painful business at times, but it can be highly profitable when you make it. But yet you have to know within yourself if you can come out of your shell and find success. So failed insurance agents lack focus. Failed insurance agents hate the mess and then go backwards when that comes. You got to be a beast and go forward. Don't get distracted. Show up, show up, show up. Call these leads. Never call it quits. And I hope this helps you find success. If you need any resources, jasonfinalexpense.com. And remember, my friends, you've got what it takes. And I hope these tips are going to help you help other people because they truly need your solutions. We'll see you soon.